We are Access Rock, and today we are talking to Steve Vai at Berns in Stockholm. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very nice.
All right.
This is an excellent place to be.
Yeah, I'm going to take it with me.
Looking forward to the show tonight in Stockholm?
Mm-hmm. Yep, very much, very much. I think I have like 20 people on the guest list from Pia's family here. She's my little Swedish meatball. Well, you know, her mom was this. She passed away not too long ago, but she was this amazing lady that was very Swedish.
Very Swedish.
Yeah, and you know, she was the one chopping the wood and skiing to school, and she brought a lot of this Swedish tradition into their home when she was growing up.
Okay.
So we still have a lot of that in our home. You know, we celebrate Crestafest and you know, every New Year's Eve there's always 7 types of fish, and you know.
Very nice, very nice. You make furniture like IKEA.
Yeah. Well, no, that I draw the line. No, I don't like that. But we have like a lot, like at the holidays, we have a lot of the, you know, the little Swedish horses and a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah, and it's a lot of it's family.
Dalahästar.
Yes. Yeah, but a lot of it is, you know, antique Swedish stuff that we have in our home. So it's nice, and I've always loved coming here. And
of course, how many times have you played Sweden?
Oh, jeez, I have no idea.
No idea?
A lot. Through the years, yeah. I mean, I think the first time I came here was in 1982 with Frank Zappa.
You're touring for The Story of Light.
Mm-hmm.
How has the record been received?
You know, whenever you make a record, you just put your best foot forward, and you go with the ideas that are most exciting to you. And then at the end, when it's all done and you've finished mastering and it's just about to be released, then you get scared to death. You know, you're thinking, oh no, what are they going to think? La, 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 la. But really, it's just part of the, you know, it doesn't last long. And sometimes you hit the mark, and you know, the kind of music I do is very diverse. It doesn't really fit into a particular genre. It's not quite metal. It's not quite only rock. It's not blues. It's not classical. It's not jazz. You know, it's
like rock opera.
I guess you can. Yeah, I mean, to a degree. Yeah, it's just very. It's accessible and it's good. I'm sorry, there I said it. My music is good. You know?
He likes it.
At least I think. Why would you make it if you didn't like it? But it's found an audience. And you know, so you just hope that they like it, you know. And my audience is very polarized. Some people just want me to play instrumental guitar stuff. Some people like the really dense compositional stuff I do, and some people like when I sing, and some people like the vocal type songs, and some people like the vocal ballads, and mostly my records are instrumental guitar. So I kind of, you know, I can stake a bit of a claim in that audience. But you never know what they're going to think when the record comes out. But I have to say that this record was a real plus, because the fans really like it, you know, from what I gather. And the press, finally, you know, are really responding very favorably.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's really nice.
It's your 8th studio album, solo, right?
Yeah, but I think it's like my 19th record or 18th, you know, record.
Because you played with.
I do all sorts of no. As far as my, you know, all the people I played with. Oh, geez, I don't know. I've played on probably 80, 90 records or something. But as far as records that I've released of Steve Vai music, it's about the 18th or so. But studio records, it's not.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, because you have played with so many other great musicians, I should say. And I won't even name any, because I will forget half. Have you ever had to pass on an opportunity, on an offer?
Oh, yeah. Every week.
Kind of regret really bad?
No, I don't regret, because at the time that we make decisions on things, we make the decision that we think is best. Of course. So when you look back, you know, you were only capable of making one decision, you know, and I grabbed all the ones that I wanted, and they all worked out pretty good.
You also just was out in Australia on a G3 tour. How does that feel?
G3 tours are like vacations, you know. They're really great because, first of all, I've known Joe since I was a little kid, and you know we've grown together through our careers, and we've always been great friends. And he's just a spectacular, as you know, just a great musician. And for a guitar player, being able to play with Joe is a real treat. And there's always great musicians on the G3 tour, you know, so I get to play with really outstanding musicians. And it's easy because I only do like a 45-minute set, and I don't have the weight of carrying everything on my shoulders because it's not my tour. And it's great. I get time during the day. I don't really do a lot of press or things that take up the day. And I don't do sound checks or anything like that. No. So like you mentioned Australia. Australia is a great place to tour. There's a lot to do, a lot to see if you're interested. And, you know, my wife came with me. We just had a great time.
Nice.
Yeah, especially having Steve Lukather. What a cat.
If you could do your own G3 of all time, which guitarists would you bring along?
I would say it would be the guitarists that usually show up on G3.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're really great guys. You know, to be a G, you know, you have to have a certain contribution to the guitar. You know, you have to have a certain voice on the instrument. It needs to be your passion, you know, and there's quite a good variety of players out there that fit that bill, and that's all the people that I would like to have.
Okay, there you go. No one mentioned, no one forgotten then.
There you go.
If I were to, let's say I've never touched an instrument in my entire life, and I was thinking about learning the guitar. What would be the best choice for me? Would I buy a acoustic guitar and just a little book?
Well, the first thing I would ask you is what kind of goal do you have? You know, do you want
to be a guitar god?
You would like to be a guitar god?
Yes.
Well, then you want to get an electric guitar.
Yes.
You know, and you know, there's a lot to choose from, and I would tell you to find your passion in it. You know, because guitar gods aren't guitar gods because they want to be guitar gods. You know, they're guitar gods because for them the guitar is number one. It's beautiful. It's interesting. It's a voice of expression. It's like it's every time you see a guitar, it's like Christmas. You know, and the guitar represents an excitement. Like a real excitement. And with that, when you have that passion, then all the other stuff follows. Because on your way to becoming a guitar god, there's a lot of storms. Do you know what I mean? But if your passion and your love is in the guitar itself, you can weather any storm. Because nothing can stop you from loving the guitar and playing it. No. But if your goal is to be a guitar god, there can be a lot of, you know, you got to put a lot of work in, a lot of time, and you can only do that if you love the guitar. Otherwise, you're just giving yourself lip service and you'll get bored because you'll just want to be a god. And you're looking into the future of something that has a lot of storms on it. And every time you come up against like, well, how are you going to get a record deal? Well, I don't really care because I love the guitar. Do you know what I mean? So then eventually this stuff happens, you know, and...
Or you can start your own record company.
You can do whatever. Yeah, that's what I did. I wasn't going to let anything stop me, you know. It wasn't an option, really. And when you feel that way, stuff just happens. I think the biggest difference is guitar lovers, people that really, I should say great guitar players, or people who are considered great guitar players. If you talk to them and you get to the core of who they are or what their relationship with the instrument is, you'll find out that their identity is based on the instrument. If you talk to somebody that wants to be a guitar god, they'll find that their identity is based in being recognized as a guitar god. And there's a big difference.
If you go to see a Steve Vai show, the current Steve Vai show, what can you expect?
Well, everybody has a different expectation and a different perspective, but I can tell you what I try to do that people will perceive and get from a show. Yeah. I like to create a kind of show that's very dynamic, that has a lot of like dimensions to it. You know that you're going to see great musicianship from everybody in the band, and I like to keep it kind of lighthearted. So there's comedy, you know what I mean? There's some funny things that happen. We try to get the most out of our production dollar because I'm not U2, you know? So we have to really do our best with that. You'll get clobbered over the head with a lot of notes in some parts, but not the whole concert. The whole concert isn't about Steve Vai, the guitar noodler.
Okay.
You know, there's beautiful melody, profoundly beautiful melody, as far as what I feel when I play it, you know? And what you'll feel is this, what I try to create is an environment of making people feel as though they're part of the secret. I'm very extroverted. You know, I'm not an introverted player that sits there. I mean, I want everybody in on it. And I move around a lot. You know, my goal is to really fuse the performance with, you know, both physically, mentally, and spiritually, so that when you're watching, you're just feeling something really uplifting, you know? And that has to do with everything. And it has to do with the way the performers feel. And we're a very, very good feeling band, you know? And there's like, you know, an acoustic set, you know, so the dynamic comes down. And I have an electric harp player in the band that's just brilliant, Deborah Henson-Conant. And the way I integrate it into a rock band is really unique. It's unique. And I just feel, though, that you know, I really want to be the best performer I can be, to give people an experience that can, you know, make them feel somewhat fulfilled. And when they leave, I want them to feel like they saw something that they're not going to see anyplace else. Not better or, you know, worse, just different. I understand. And also that they feel uplifted somehow. That's my goal.
Very, very cool.
And you can expect that.
Have you actually thought about joining Linda Ronstadt's class?
Let me think about that. No. That was one of the ones that, no thanks.
No, really not. That must have been very scary. You were very young and he really put you...
He really put me through it.
Yeah.
There was things that was scary about it, like just being around Frank.
Yeah.
Because he was Frank Zappa, and being around all these other musicians that were just monstrous, giant musicians, you know. But the thing that wasn't scary was my confidence in my capabilities.
Very cool.
You know, I waited for Frank to tell me anything to do. And I was like, okay, that's what you're going to get. That's what you want. That's what you're going to get. And not only are you going to get that, but you're going to get this if you want it too. You know, it was always about, I can do anything you want me to do. That was my attitude. You give me a little time to work on it, you know. And that's what Frank, that's the only way to be a musician for Frank. But the great thing about Frank was he didn't expect you to do things that were outside of your radar.
Okay.
Like he wouldn't expect me to sing like, you know, Ray White or Ike Willis, or, you know, play the drums like, you know, or play the guitar in a style that was not comfortable for me. Frank was brilliant that way. He had this intuition. He would see a musician and he would be able to see what their potential was, you know, and even better than the musician themselves. And then he would cultivate it out of you and apply it to his music. It's brilliant.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve Vai.
Thank you.
This this little chat.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I hope you have a great show tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.